Straw Hut Media.
Can you guys see my nipples? Damn it, I was trying to get the nipples out.
From Straw Hut Media, this is Brandi Glanville Unfiltered.
Okay, guys, welcome to Brandi Glanville Unfiltered with my co-host, James Mass.
Hey, guys.
And my bestie of like 25 fucking years.
Yes.
Like, we go way back. Kristen fucking Taekman. Star of the recent girls' trip to, what is it?
Real, oh my God, it's like a tongue twister. Ultimate Girls Trip, RHONY Legacy. Ultimate Girls Trip, RHONY Legacy?
Yes.
Season,
that one,
whatever.
what she said.
Yes, yes, exactly.
Season 5, because season 4 will never come out.
Oh.
I'm kidding.
Do they, is it not coming?
I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, first of all, James and I have a little bet
Ooh.
that you are going to get asked to be on Beverly Hills Housewives.
I already have and I said no. I'm kidding. Oh my God, everybody's freaking out.
Oh my God, I was like, yes, the tea. We're not taking that out, Kristen.
I don't think I'd be, you know me really well. Let's talk about this for a
Yes.
second. I don't think I did my cards. I just don't think I could do it.
Why? Beverly Hills girls are boring as fuck. They don't do much.
You said that, not me. But I'm saying, like, I just think it's not.
I'm saying you're not going to have to do what you had to do on your girls' trip.
You really don't think so? I think it's so hardcore.
You're not going to have to host.
Like, okay, that's true. No, but I'm just mean, like, I don't know. I think they're like such an amazing, strong group of women. And I don't know. I think I gel with my New York ladies. I don't know if I would be the same.
You are, trust me. You are so fucking
I think you could bring it. You look great.
We're going to have to ask Tommy.
She starts with, you look great.
Tommy, get on the mic real quick because Tommy's here and he does my makeup and Kristen's makeup. Do you think, because you know how she's different than me, but we're very, no, she's very bougie. She's on a private jet every other week.
I wouldn't describe me as bougie.
It'd be nice to see something different.
You got to put it closer to your face.
Like an actual housewife.
Right,
you know
but
what I mean?
I'm saying, don't you think Kristen would fit in with them?
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Because she has that glamour to her.
Yeah, way more than most of them.
Who do you
Beverly
think
Hills
she
is
would
very
get
glamour.
along with from you spending time?
No one. Yay, that would be awesome.
What about Dorit? Do you know Dorit? Would I get along with Dorit?
I met her, but then I told her cleavage was whack, and so we didn't get along.
I like to read these days.
I do.
Like, I didn't love her at first.
I like
it took me
her.
a while to warm.
I do think she needs to be blonde. I don't know what she's doing with the brunette.
I appreciate the 90s vibes because like I'm on that same vibe.
I get it.
Yeah.
You guys are
Yeah.
crazy.
I can even
like
get on
the
board with
brown.
the accent now. Like it's grown
The
on me.
accent, I'm like, well, you know, she's from
It
Connecticut.
dissolved.
She's from Connecticut.
That's the part.
We met quick at BravoCon, but it was like too quick to get a vibe. But I do listen. I think in terms of them all being married, some of them have young kids.
Yeah, no,
I think
you'll
that
get along
I would.
with Kyle. You'll get along with
Yeah.
Garcelle.
Yeah.
You'll get along. Probably not with Sutton.
Can I tell you? I totally gelled with Sutton at BravoCon.
Okay, let's talk
Is that
about
crazy?
BravoCon then, because what was your experience since I got canceled for that?
Oh, I really liked her at BravoCon. She really was super sweet to me.
Name them.
No.
She was really
Name
cool.
them. Oh my
I think
God.
sometimes she gets
She was
bored
nice to
as
me.
like
She was really nice.
Yeah.
Tommy, you have to be quiet right now.
I think sometimes she's a little caught in the like deer in the headlights situation. I think it just takes a little bit longer for her to put together a thought, like just from watching the show.
No,
but
she just talks
doesn't.
really
I
slow.
can see like getting along with her.
I think like when she likes you, she likes you, right? Like, and she'll kind of pull you into her inner circle.
Well, she used to like me, and then she called me a liar, and I'm not.
What did you lie? Like, what did she think you were lying about?
You think I'm a liar also? Oh my God.
What did you lie about?
I don't remember, but I definitely wasn't lying. Anyway, I just think she's a slow speaker. I just don't know if you guys
It's that
would,
southern drawl.
but you guys have the fashion thing in common.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you would fit in actually really nicely. And
I just feel like everybody on that, there's a lot going on that show right now. I'm like, can't we just keep it like light and cute? And like, I kind of just like naked Sonia in the pool and
you
like
okay, so
Rosé.
wait. You liked naked Sonia in the pool?
I like it.
I liked it too, but if I was naked at any point on my trip, touching someone.
No, but can I tell you? Yes, but that's what makes the girls from New York, the OGs, so amazing because that's how we roll. Like that's like a real girls trip.
Because
like, that's what would happen on a real girls trip.
I mean, you and I have been around each other naked, and we even made out like 20 years ago.
You're right about that with New York. Like they kind of don't. They don't
have
think it
stories.
through so much.
Stories. Honestly, if it was like our friends, no one would give a fuck.
Yeah.
Like if it was Sonia, no one would give a
Yeah.
fuck.
You know
But,
what it is?
Being naked though was a little bit like, I don't think I would.
But
you
Sonia
did seem-
naked.
I know.
Sonia
but
naked.
You
But
seemed
she's
a little uncomfortable.
But it was like she's like on me, like dry humping me, and I was like, okay, like she's
Dude,
like
it was
buoyant.
wet. You guys
She's
were
like
in the
buoyant in the
pool.
pool, and I like twisted her around and pushed her off, and I like swam for my life the
I
other
know
way.
your nervous laugh, and I saw it. I
It
was
totally
like,
was.
Kristen's trying to break free.
I was so trying to break free. I was like, this is really awkward, and like she's not shaved, and it was like, it was like all this stubble
Snail
on my
trail.
stomach. I was like, all right,
Wait, I just want to know who goes to a beach.
Sonia.
Yeah, without shaving or waxing first.
Okay, well, first of all, and she had just had like lipo, so she had this
she shouldn't
gnarly
even
lipo
been in
scar.
the water then.
She had like this insane like incision with like.
That's not lipo. That's like a full.
Okay,
tummy
so
tuck.
whatever she had,
Yeah.
but she was open. She talked about it.
Oh, yeah, no,
But
I
you
know.
can't shave and get in the salt water. It would burn, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
No, you're fine.
I don't know. Whatever.
You're fine. Kristen
Yeah.
has her weekly waxing appointment,
Yeah.
and that bitch is always perfect.
Well, except for right now.
Well, don't tell everyone.
Tomorrow I'll be in
we're
good
gonna
shape.
go. We're gonna go really quickly back to BravoCon, and then we're gonna go back to Girls Trip.
Okay.
Okay. So at BravoCon,
Yes.
who did you gel with like the most? Like who was your person?
Well, Tommy.
Oh yeah,
Tommy was.
Oh, who has their fucking phone on? You. I know.
Oh my god, how funny.
Hi, honey. We're recording a podcast.
No big deal.
Yeah, that's fine, babe. Just feed the dogs. Love you. It was Mason. He's watching the dogs, and he you know, he's like a guy when a guy goes to the grocery store and you tell him to get a tomato, he
Yeah.
calls you 47 times about the tomato.
Yeah.
Like those are my children.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
back to BravoCon. So who did you gel with the most? Who was a little rude, and what was your favorite thing about it?
So Tommy, I gelled with Tommy. But then it was so funny because I was paired with Kelly for all my press. So
And
that
you
was
guys didn't really get along on the show.
well, I felt like you walk away and you like get along fine,
Right.
And we're like, I remember like you even said Tommy was just like, wow, you guys are like paired up together, and I in my head I was like, oh cool, like I think the editing's gonna like favor like the two of us together, whatever. Then the show starts to come out, and I
Yeah.
go to New York for press. Ooh, we are separated. I have not seen the girl since, and we know why.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I would like to say, I know
Yeah.
we're jumping around.
No, do it.
But she went on somebody's podcast and said that I called her and was like, I was like trying to strategize before the show. Like I came to New York to do the upfronts. We have a mutual friend. The mutual friend, Brandi, reached out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If I had a mutual friend with you, hello, like Tommy, you're like, oh, hey,
yeah,
Kristen,
I mean,
like
before
Tommy
I
and you
would-
are going to work together. Why
Right.
don't you meet? Great. Right.
You should really like this person.
So I go to New York. Our mutual friend is like, hey, you girls, like, and I was like, she's like, oh, do you know Kelly? And I was like, well, I know her, but I don't have her number, like, whatever. So we decide to, my mutual friend's like, oh, let's all get together when you're in New York next week.
Yeah.
Hey, Kelly, Kristen's in town. Like, you guys are going to be working together in a month. Like, why don't we all have coffee or drinks or whatever? It never worked out.
I was going to say, let me guess. It was complicated and she couldn't make it.
She was like, do you want to go for a run? It was a text thread. I should read it
Fuck
to you.
no.
Do you want to go for a run? I was like, drinks? Question mark. She's like, she goes, how about a Barry's boot camp? I was like, coffee? Question mark.
How do you talk when you're running or at Barry's
I
boot
can't.
camp?
Well, that's just her jam. She's
Yeah.
like Miss
But
Athletic.
you can't actually have a conversation.
No, but it didn't work out that we met up. Fine, whatever. And then she's saying that I wanted to strategize, like I'm on like Big Brother getting voted off the island or
that's her
something.
in
I'm
her
like,
own head, like changing the story
Yes.
because that's what she does.
I was like, slow down,
it's-
girl. Like, it is
yeah.
totally normal that we would connect via a mutual friend when we're
yeah.
working together for a week.
Especially since you lived in New York for most of your life.
I know. It's like, just like talk about changing the narrative. It's so annoying. It's like, you know how all these people go like, oh, I have the receipts. It's like, bitch, I have the receipts. Back up.
Good.
Yeah.
Let's see them. No, I'm kidding. No,
Seriously.
I know that about you.
Strategize, Brandi.
Literally, you would never. She was on Housewives for 2 years. She knows how the game works.
Yeah.
I did say, as advice, so you guys can blame me, maybe watch some old episodes so you know like what you're going into.
Yeah.
That's my fault, you fuckers.
Yeah.
But I think
Brandi, production told me to watch.
Well,
by
good.
the way,
See, I could be a producer.
and I could show you those receipts too. Like production was
Oh,
like,
yeah,
oh,
they
hey.
told us to watch too.
Yes, they were like, oh, hey, you're going back to St. Bart. Like you should watch the OG St. Bart's episodes so that because we're going to the same house, blah, blah, blah. Because
Yeah.
we'll probably end up referencing the pirate and all this
Right.
stuff. And I was like,
fucking
okay,
pirate.
I would
That
like
seems
I watched.
totally normal. Like referencing the pirate and having like a little bit of doing your research going on a
Totally.
show
That's
is
right, exactly. But even on the show, they had to give Dorinda Scary Island
Yeah.
to watch, so she understood
Yeah.
the crazy Kelly.
Yeah. It's so funny. Crazy.
I mean,
I feel like she overthinks a lot, Kelly Ben Simone, and her arguments aren't that sophisticated is the problem. So then you just have like, it's kind of
Yeah.
like the Nahum situation. She just didn't know what else to say. So
Yeah.
she goes on that one line of like interrogation
Yeah.
and it doesn't even make sense, but
okay,
it's just
super
like
fan.
over
Okay,
and-
super fan. Okay, you're not a
Yes.
hostess.
I like of
This
all
is-
things,
You're not a host.
Yeah.
like a super fan. And I'm like, could we just back up a second? Like I got fired. And guess where I went? I went away, Brandi.
Yes.
What did I do? When
literally-
was the
okay,
only
right.
time anybody ever saw me? I went
Right.
back to being Brandi Glanville's bestie. I went to Watch What Happens Live with you. I sat in the audience. I reverted right back to the girl I've always been, happily.
And by the way, for the people out there, there was a point where you were even trying to get away from the narrative.
Yeah.
Back when you were back in modeling and doing things,
Yeah.
being,
Yeah.
like associated with the show, because there is a lot of
Yeah.
negativity. But if you're going to do it, do it. But I'm saying she was never trying.
No.
Literally, she got a call and she was even going to say no.
I
And
know.
I'm like,
Brandi's like, are you
bitch,
crazy?
it's $250,000 for 1 week. You're so crazy. Even after what I went through, I was telling her to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
I was just also telling her to just be very careful
Yeah.
Yeah.
about, just making sure you're, like I said, even write shit down.
Yeah.
Like,
Brandi gave the best advice. She was like honestly, like I was really lucky to have you, like
Thank you.
going through all, like everything because you've done it twice. You did 2 Ultimate Girl Strips because it's so different
It's
than
a
filming a
different
regular
monster.
season. Brandi's advice
crazy.
was, girl, if you're thinking something, you go right up to that confessional and you put it down on tape. I was up in that confessional more than any of the other girls, and they didn't use any of it.
well, but also
use some of it.
it's a nice way to get away. And a lot of times you forget.
Explain
Especially
to
if you're-
everybody what that is, though, if they don't know what the confessional is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like during
on these trips.
on these trips, they have a room set up for, how they do confessionals on
Yeah.
Housewives when you're
like an interview room.
Yeah, you're talking heads. So they usually they're always trying to get someone to come into the confessional
Yeah.
to speak on what's happening in the moment. And so I'm like, Kristen, if you have something to say and you don't want to say it to the person, I go to the confessional room. I go, say it, speak it out loud, get it out there, because then you don't have to worry about remembering it.
Yeah.
And it's there.
And they have that
in
footage.
the moment. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? I have a feeling. I wonder why they didn't use more, because
You know why? Because I don't think the other girls had a lot of those. Like, 'cause I think I had a ton, and they had to make the girls go up there.
they were there to do nothing. Let
Yeah.
me just tell you.
They were on
came-
vacation.
they did not. They came in, and I heard this from one of them. I'm not going to say who. They made a deal with each other not to, because Legacy didn't come back, and they all wanted it to work out, but everyone wanted too much money, that they were going to go on this girls trip and give them no TV. Like they weren't going to even try to give good TV.
Why would that make sense though to do?
Because they feel like they got fucked over on not bringing the Legacy girl, the New York girls back. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it can turn into a whole other thing if it's a good show. I mean, and people are watching it.
Well, I mean, we know the show. We've been
Right.
watching it for years.
Yeah. I know. It'll be interesting to see what happens next for all those ladies. You know?
Will it?
Yeah. Do you think Crappy Lake will come back?
Yes.
You do? You do?
I
Is
know,
that
obviously.
good?
Yes.
I couldn't get
I
into
mean,
it.
I don't know if I could. I mean, obviously, it's going to be a different location.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe the shtick is over at this point. I mean, it could. I think with 2 other housewives. Do you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
do it again, but not the same. Because I can't watch the same thing.
Yeah. I hear that.
Again.
Yeah.
Even though I loved it. So maybe it's going to be you and I.
I would watch that. Okay, that's
No,
the
we
version
would
I would
be-
watch, and it has
it
to be
wouldn't be-
somewhere
There were-
would
like
be like
Crappy
a-
Lake.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe like an RV
We're
road
not
trip
doing
situation.
it. Actually, Kristen and I have to say, we can get down and dirty. We're moms.
Yeah.
But we don't like it.
Yeah.
You know what? The RV version, like the Simple Life when they were going across country,
I know,
and
I
they
was
had the
just
tow
thinking.
behind.
Yeah. 'Cause
Because you know I
Yes.
love a road trip.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, God. Yes.
I'd be like, Brandi, do you want a sandwich?
No, I don't. And she'd be like, you want a cheese board. That's what you would say.
Yeah, totally.
Every time I go to Kristen's house, I don't know why. I don't even like cheese. She puts a giant charcuterie board out. And she's like, isn't it great? I'm like, it looks pretty. And I try to eat some of it. But she's obsessed with her cheese boards.
Because I don't cook.
I
so
love
it's easy.
cheese.
I
My mom's Danish.
I got one for Christmas for myself. And then I lured Kristen to my house.
Yeah, that was like
saying I was going to make her
there's
a
a lack
cheese
of
board.
communication there.
And then it got confused and I didn't have anything when she got there.
She's like, where's the cheese board? I was like, you told me you were making a cheese board.
I said, no, bring a cheese board. Anyway. Back to BravoCon and everything. So your go-to was Kelly, really, when you hung out.
Yeah, by default, I think.
Okay. And who was rude to you?
I don't think anybody really was. I have to admit, I think it's hilarious with me because I feel like girls were like, wait, who
Why
is
do I
that
know
girl?
her again?
Yeah.
Like they were on the show?
They were probably like, oh, she's cute, but who's that? And it was just so funny because you're in that green room and you're like, you just have to kind of put your elbows out because you're like, we're all in the same boat. And I'm pretty sure we're all getting paid the same. And girl, I don't remember you either. So back the fuck up if you're not going to take the chicken.
By the way, I only did my homework on New York Housewives. I don't know any of these other shows.
Yeah,
Get
totally.
over yourself.
And there's a lot of shows. Oh my God.
No,
Yeah.
it's too much.
Yeah.
So everyone likes Kristen is the story here, right?
Do you
at
think?
BravoCon?
Oh, at BravoCon? Oh, I don't know about that.
No, on the show, you were the only one that did anything.
What do you mean? Oh, I know. Well, hello.
Yeah, no, everyone loves Kristen. Yes.
Oh, I mean,
otherwise they wouldn't have had a show.
I mean,
guys,
I literally
chime in
had
here.
producers be like, "Oh, I'm happy that you got the memo to show up to work." So, I feel good about it.
Like I saw the other women you could tell they were doing nothing on purpose. And like Kelly, I mean, thank God we knew she would turn crazy at a point.
Yeah.
They were just waiting for it to flip, and it did. I thought the last few episodes were kind of fluff.
I was really, okay, first of all, I love how it ended with Luann dying.
Wait, I forgot already.
She had sex with the freaking
Oh,
chef.
right.
Oh, okay.
I love
By the way, the
that.
chef was like
Yes.
hot.
Yeah. And he was like,
He was into her.
and they were flirting the whole time.
He was a gigolo, right? Wasn't
know.
he?
It was
They were
a
saying
joke.
that.
I know, I was like,
like, that went over my
Oh my
head.
God, how crazy was that like naked footage of him running out of his room?
loved it.
I know. I was like, yes.
I mean,
because in our interviews, they kept saying like, hey, do you think Luann hooked up with anybody? And I was like, no, I don't know. What are you asking me that for?
Oh, 'cause you
And
didn't know.
Nobody knew.
Oh.
Nobody knew.
Wow.
And then she was totally late coming into the van the last day. And I was like, girl, I am not missing my flight home. I'm like, well, we're leaving you here. Like, I love you, but bye.
She was douching.
I know, if that, hello. She literally came out like sexy, like rumpled hair. Like
That was cum in her hair, by the way.
that was what hair?
Cum in her hair. She didn't
Oh my God,
she didn't need any product that day.
Dying. But the production kept asking us in interviews, they're like, who do you think it was? This person, or this person? I was like, oh my God, I never would have guessed.
Oh my
the
God,
chef.
they are all so horny. Like,
I know.
I've never met women of a certain
what I
age.
said.
Like, what are they on?
Yeah.
I think it's that age.
I don't
Even
think it's-
Dorinda's little attempts at flirting, which were really funny to me because she's just not got
No,
game
she's
for like that
not.
kind
Oh my
of
God.
flirtation.
So
I
funny.
mean, yeah. So, I mean, pigeons don't fly with eagles.
Oh my God, so crazy, right?
I mean-
where she comes up with, she's brilliant.
Well, no. Well,
Like-
yes, she's good. But I actually heard it on another.
Stop it.
I heard it on the reality villain show. Somebody else said it. And I'm like, wait a minute. So it's an actual saying.
Oh.
Yeah. So she just copied someone.
No way.
Maybe it was Tyler Perry. And she quoted him.
Oh, how funny.
I'm kidding. So from favorite to least favorite on the show, who did you like the most to the least?
Well, I think for obvious reasons, Kelly and I just never ended up gelling properly.
I don't think she gelled with anyone.
Yeah. I gotta tell you, I hate to say it, but it's like
I know
the
you're
weirdest.
gonna say it.
Who do you think you know?
You're gonna say Ramona.
Yes.
Damn it!
I literally gelled with Ramona. I think there's something to be said for like, this sounds crazy, but
She's
I think
calmer.
She's very chilled out.
and somehow like we're both kind of at different ends of our lives, but like we're no, but I mean like no, like
They're putting
I'm
us
like
out to pasture.
I'm like happily married, like raising my family. She's already done all of that at the other end
She's
in
really
love with
close
a
to death,
guy.
yeah.
So
She's definitely getting some good D. I mean, it's like night and day.
And she doesn't take the show as seriously. I'm not taking it seriously. Like, we were there to like work, have fun, and it was over for us. It was over, you move on. Like, we're literally seeing each other like all over the place. Like, she was in St. Bart when I was in St. Bart.
Is she gonna remember you again?
Yeah, well, in St. Bart, she remembered
This time? Okay.
In November, she was there. Did I tell you that?
Really? No.
Yeah. I'm at freaking Nikki Beach dancing on a table, and there's Ramona.
Nice. I bet, was she dancing?
She was their boyfriend.
Oh, was he cute?
Yeah, he's cute.
Oh, that,
Yeah.
I mean, Ramona has a boyfriend. I don't. This is not okay.
Oh.
No, it's okay. So Ramona's your favorite. Boo. Okay, and then who?
What do you mean?
You're supposed to count them in
I'm
order.
not counting them in order.
Oh, you're so dumb. You're not really dumb, but I'm mad.
Give yours. Okay, so the least would be Kelly Ben-Simone, right? And then it goes...
Well, I think that the least would be, or the next one that she likes the best is Luann.
Luann.
That's what I like the best.
Yeah, and
next.
I like that about her.
Then the next one, not so.
I'm going to actually roll into Dorinda, if you can imagine.
I love D.
before.
I love D.
No, she's amazing.
No, I like she.
We had our difference in the beginning.
Of course. Like, we can argue, but like, I really do have like a soft spot for her. She's great.
Because when you're in with her, you're in with her. Like, meaning like when she had my back at the end, it was good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You did happen to call me crying, like, I think once, at least once.
Yeah,
we
if
called
not
me a couple
twice.
times, but I was just like, Chris? Man, like they were just doing nothing.
Yeah.
How, I mean, because on the show it didn't show. Like, it seemed like you held everything together. Yeah. How did you do that?
So for everybody out there, you have to realize too, because you told me this, like, I think that was the craziest thing when you're filming this particular show, which was different from all those years ago, is that you have no downtime.
None.
The house is completely rigged with cameras.
Yep.
So every corner, and you can see they used the footage of me walking into my room a ton because there was a camera outside of my door.
They just wanted an ass shot.
So there's no, like, everywhere you go. And then I'm sure the whole house is mic'd as well. So the only time you're safe is when you're getting in and out of the shower, essentially. Because you know that you're not mic'd, and then your room isn't. Although they did put cameras in your room for getting ready shots. Yeah, and then they would take them. So anyway.
No, but like you really didn't even, like your showers had to be like 5 minutes.
Yeah, there was like literally maybe 2 to 3 times a day where I knew I could make a phone call. And I mean, like, there were times where I called Brandi over Josh because it's like, I need some like shake it up.
Like, you got this.
No, and that's what I needed to hear. It was like, you got this.
It is
you would be like
exhausting.
You would be like, Kristen, it's Wednesday. It's the hardest day. Like, who else knows? I mean, you did 2 of these. It's crazy. Like,
but
you
also
know.
It's like you get to your breaking point, and that's what they're waiting for because you're so exhausted. And you're filming the whole day, and they're waiting for someone to slip up. Yeah. And that's when they get their show.
Yeah.
It's not like Housewives where you can just get in a fight and then go to your house.
Yeah, totally.
So it's just different. But I did enjoy it. It was like really fun to watch you. I feel like you're just too young for that group. You know
they kept
I mean?
like, even they were like, you know, one of the interviewers was like on the show, you know how they're I don't know, I was in the confessional and they were asking me, they're like, would you do this trip again? And I was like, I totally would. I would love to. I need another person that is at least in a relationship that's public about it. You know?
Right.
Like, it's just weird to be like with 5 other older horny women that are out to try and meet men. Like, I'm a great wing woman and I had fun doing that, but like, it needs to be a bit more.
The problem is, as a wing woman, all the guys wanted to fuck you and not the other ladies. So you're not a good wing woman at all.
You think you're being a good wing woman, but
It's not helpful.
It's so funny.
And okay, so I'm just going to say this. We can take it out if you want. But the other women really just focused on you and what went on with you instead of like sharing their problems or who they were dating. Did that make you, I mean, I was pissed for you.
Well, we all knew it was coming. Yeah, and I was like very prepared.
They really just went for it. Yeah. And I was like, it was just too much for me.
It was like, I definitely felt like they were trying to break me down.
Yes.
And I think like, we just have to say again, the things that happened in my relationship happened 10 years ago. Like, you literally forgot. Brandi watched it and she got really upset. She's like,
I was so mad.
Yeah.
And I was like, these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like, but then I watched it again and I calmed down because it wasn't, for me, it was bad because it was like I was reliving the trauma for you.
Yeah.
But I just felt like no one wanted to share anything about their lives, so they were trying to get you to break down.
Yeah, which was crazy, right?
It was just like, bitches, like, leave me alone.
I know.
I've done that. I mourned it walk away.
And then it's like, well, what's the takeaway there? Like when Kelly was like talking about having like, well, I had this happen and I got all these jobs, and I'm like, okay, so I should go out and get a bunch of jobs and like leave my family.
That
like
was
what?
random,
like
yeah.
it was so bizarre. It
was like she wanted you to say that you were miserable because misery loves company.
How about just there was no like, you know, at the end there was, but like, how about there just being like, damn, like, how about couldn't we have this? Wow. That must have been really hard for you.
Yeah.
Like just pause.
Like supportive.
Right? Like pause. Just one little, I can't even imagine, Kristen. Pause. Good for you. Pause.
They wanted to make it a thing.
Pause.
Yeah.
But am I right? There was none of that. It's like I'm sitting there at a table with a bunch of friends getting attacked.
I know. I
for
felt
something
sorry
that
for you.
happened 10 years ago.
I wanted to be there to throw some wine. I was like, leave her alone.
Yeah. Like, and
Well, it was something they thought they could get out of you and like make a moment happen, and they didn't have anything else going on. So it's like,
they didn't want to share their shit.
Yeah.
Or it
there
was
was
like
one person that had your back, wasn't there?
well,
Like, was it
Ramona at the end.
Ramona, right? Because I was surprised.
Which she confided about her and what's his name?
I don't know.
Her ex.
Oh
my God, Mario.
Oh yeah, I think
Mario
he was
going
cute.
through therapy and like how she knew how hard it was. So that was nice. So
I
that's
would
where
date Mario going.
I mean,
Is he seeing anyone?
oh my God.
We'll find out.
No, but I mean, she did like chime in and help, like have your back and like kind of say leave you alone.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just too much for me, and I wanted to be there to throw wine at people. But you held it together, like you were like good.
Thanks.
You were the show.
Yeah.
Let's not mince words
obsessed
here.
with you.
You were. No, even my ex-husband called me and was like, wow, that Kristen really found her voice. She's amazing. She's definitely going on. Like, he's obsessed with all the reality shows. And he was just like, went out of his way to call me and say, wow, Kristen's the thing. He goes, mark my words. She's going to be on Beverly Hills.
And
so
then,
funny.
Then he called Ryan and was like, Kristen's blowing up.
Yeah, we're
And
going to
then
get
I
her
walked in,
signed to the
"What's
podcast
happening
thing."
to Kristen?
She blew
What's
up.
going on? And they were just there, you know, people love you. And I love you. And now people get to know why we're actually like similar but different. Like she has a voice, trust me.
Yeah.
She never didn't have a voice, but it was hard to find it when the cameras are in your face. And
Yeah.
the people, when you were on, were so horrible to you in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like they didn't allow you to penetrate the group.
Back when
10
you
years started.
ago.
Yeah.
And people
it was
forget
the
too.
same this time.
Yeah, but it's funny though because people forget that when I joined, New York had a weird year hiatus. Nobody remembers this. Okay. So my first season, season 6, they weren't sure what to do with New York back then. Can you imagine? So they took a whole year off from filming and they were trying to recast some of the girls. And if you remember correctly, because I'm a super fan.
Oh God. Okay, wait.
No, seriously, ready?
Give me the question.
The thing is that was the year that they demoted Luann and took away her apple.
Oh,
Yes.
So it was
His friend
funky. They
Doug.
took a year off. I was the only new girl, and they had already been off the season for a year. So they were coming back into it, like kind of like what's going on. Like Luann is like not really on the main roster. Like it was a whole crazy thing.
That. Like, can you imagine demoting Luann like right now? I mean, I remember that. You're right.
Yeah. So it was like a funky way to start the season anyway. So then I'm the only new girl. So it was like all on me, and it was super awkward. That. And then my.
Wasn't Dorinda on?
No.
That's the second season or second.
No.
She came on with you.
Oh, you're right. She was. No. I was the
second
only
season.
new girl. My second season was her first. But then Bethany came back. So I had like 2 funky starts.
Like
Well, 'cause
and
when
then
you
it was
start-
all Bethany and nobody else really had anything, which it should have been, and it was fine. But then that was my last one. So
I feel like they haze you at the beginning anyway. When you're the new girl, like it's always extra hard.
Yeah.
And then you actually really looked like you had your shit
she's also
together.
younger and
And
prettier
was
than
like,
everyone, and it's
exactly.
like-
So there was a lot like where they were like, oh, that new girl's too perfect. Fucking poke her.
Right?
You
No,
know?
it's true.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, so it was like that was kind of.
I mean,
Weird.
I remember that the production told Dorinda to bleach her teeth.
Oh my God.
I heard it. I'm just saying.
I gotta tell you, some of Dorinda's confessionals though, she looks amazing.
Amazing.
Her cleavage.
I
that
agree with you.
With her hair, I was like,
no. She reminds me
Fire.
of Princess Di. Is that weird?
Well, yeah. No, but I mean, no,
Remember
she
Kelly? Oh,
she
is
does.
that what you're doing?
No, yeah,
Oh.
that was so weird.
Kelly came up to her and
Yeah.
was like, you remind me of Princess Di. It was such a weirdly timed
No,
thing.
yeah, oh, you didn't remember
I
that?
told her that on our first girls trip.
Yeah. I think a lot.
Because
Yeah,
they were
that's like-
fighting, and then Kelly's way of like making up was like, "It's okay. You remind me of Princess Di."
It was so awkward.
Yes.
Oh.
It was too much, too
can't.
quick. Because she's like, "No, I love you now."
Yeah.
I think there were some points on the show where Kelly was like, well, I'm up here and you're down here still
Yeah.
without saying it, but doing
Yeah,
it.
100%.
Like, I was like, okay. And then she claims that she didn't get anything from her ex-husband. I'm sorry, but I mean, that's just not true.
Houses don't count.
Yeah, I guess houses
Do they?
don't count.
I'm asking you a question.
Yes.
Okay.
I
that
didn't
wasn't
get
even-
shit.
that was
It's
just
not
a
house.
random
So
comment,
say it
though.
out loud.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry, but
because
if someone gives you a $12 million house in the Hamptons, you got something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I promise you, she didn't get nothing. It's just impossible.
Yeah.
Especially you saw her house in
Yeah.
the promos.
Yeah.
For the way she lives, the kids. I mean, the
But
whole
even if
like
she
I
has-
came from nothing and I built everything on my own is just.
I mean, I don't doubt. I think she definitely put herself through school. I don't
that's
know that
fine,
he's
but-
around a lot, but who knows the
they're
financial
divorced, that you don't have to
situation.
be around, but there's no way he was so rich that she got nothing.
Do you really think he was that rich, though?
Yes, I
You
do.
do? Wow.
Yeah, Joe
Really?
Ben Simone, 100%. He was like this huge, like a huge fashion photographer. He shot every cover of Elle.
Yeah.
They had, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She got shit. She got stuff. Trust me. Like, she didn't get what I got, which is shit.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah. So, I mean, that whole part was the victim that I don't like. The woe is me, and
Yeah.
I had to go to college. Oh, really? Who paid for that? But like, she was like kind of shaming you for saying, well, I'm a mom and I held it together. And she's like, well, I had to go to college by myself
Yeah.
and I got nothing
Yeah.
in my and like, I just wanted to call bullshit on it.
Yeah, because I gotta tell you, like, I definitely felt a lot of that. Like, I'm just like, I'm an actual housewife, and you know I am. Like, I have to leave here to go to soccer.
She is so scheduled.
And I know everybody's so over the soccer with me, but like, it's true. And I'm like, I feel like I oftentimes get shaded for like,
Yeah, for being like, it's
like,
the
I
most
decide-
important job that any woman
Yeah.
can have is being a mom. And I'm sorry, Kristen is like, I wanted to do this podcast with her called Super Fan, Super Mom, because just the super fan thing is funny from Housewives, even though she's not a super fan.
I mean, it's like, I am when you think of me,
you don't. Kristen's like,
the
oh yeah, I
only
don't watch
thing I
that.
fan over is Elvis Presley. And
Yes.
that's the only thing that I would like, I gush
it's
and like
almost
freak
to
out
an
over.
extent that's
yes, it's a problem. 100%. Yeah.
But no, she's not. I told her to go and watch the shows, and it was just like,
Yeah.
these people are horrible. But I lost my train of thought. What was I saying?
Super fan, super mom.
So Kristen is a little bit of a bully with the other parents because she's trying to raise money for the soccer team, and she needs to make $5,000, and she has 4 to go. Right?
No. Yeah. No, this is a snack shack today. But no, I raised 12,000. In that fundraiser.
She goes, can you believe? I was at her house, and she's like,
We got
can you
into a fight.
believe?
We got
'cause
heated.
I was like, well, because I can believe. Can you believe some of these parents don't donate? Like, if we go to a public school, I'm sorry, we all live in Calabasas. We all have money. I'm sorry, they need to donate. This is ridiculous. I'm going to call them and I'm going to email them. I'm like, well, I used to get those letters.
No, you
when I
used to say you ignored the emails,
I did.
which I almost walked out of your house.
I was literally living in Calabasas with no money, and I was like, yeah, not happening, not giving it. And she's like, no, come on, Brady. These people, I'm like, I don't know. We're going to have to agree to disagree.
Yeah.
Not everyone that lives in Calabastard has money, but Kristen was like, she got it. She did. She
I got
bullied
that money.
them. She got the emails out. She called them. She saw them, and she got her money.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for her. It's for the school. So, I mean, she's doing a good job with her bullying,
Mm-hmm.
but we did have a very intense conversation about it. But I don't think people realize how scheduled you are with your
Yeah.
mom life.
Yeah.
I mean, she has.
But it's a part of me anyway, who I am.
Yeah, no, of
Yeah.
course. She's,
Yeah.
I mean, completely scheduled at all times.
Yeah.
Like, all times. But, I mean, with the kids, when you have the kids, I don't see you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we
I
have
know.
soccer, we have this, we have that, we have piano, we have. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh my God, I just don't. Honestly, thank God mine are older because I look at you, I'm like, how did I get through those phases?
I know. Well, thank goodness we live by each other now, because it is so nice to be like, okay, what? Like, sometimes it'll be like, what, 10 o'clock? And I'm like, okay, either lunch today or can you do it? We do early dinners. We do like a
We have
5 o'clock
5
dinner,
dinners.
5:30 dinners, which I love.
Yes.
What was it like back in the day? You two in New York. I need a picture painted of like what that was like.
Well,
back.
Brandi was married and I wasn't.
Ooh.
So
So
still got in
times-
trouble.
Yeah, we did. We
Is
had, oh
she
my
the
God.
same now as she was then? Like same
Yeah.
kind of personality?
Totally.
Okay. No, it's great. I'm meeting someone that has known you
Yeah.
forever.
Oh my God.
Like,
Legit. So much fun. And I have to say, Brandy's like the best. I always like go back to your cooking because that always
thank
pulled us
you.
together, like always brought us together. She would do
Because I was the only
taco
one that
nights.
cooked and they all came to my house
She
to
would do
eat.
taco nights. They
Yeah.
had the best apartment. It was so fun.
But we also went out raging. Like Eddie was at work, supposedly,
Oh my
all
gosh.
the time. So we were out and about. We were like,
Oh my God. We were like, we'd have these nights where we were like, she's like, oh, he's got a night shoot. It's going to be
like,
like out
yeah.
all night. And I was single and I was like, oh my God,
Perfect.
amazing. So we
Yeah.
were like out dancing. It's like 4:30. Brandy's like, oh my God, he's done it. He's on his way home. And she was like, all of a sudden I'd like turn around and she was like gone out the
and
door.
I was like, I was high, and Eddie he doesn't do drugs, and
Yeah.
he would have
and he was
killed
also
me.
like working.
Yeah, and I went home and I was like laying in bed with my eyes wide open.
Pinged over.
I'm like, I could not go to sleep. My head was spinning, and I'm like, but I mean.
and so you used to go out together and hit the town and do all the clubs.
Her, myself, and our friend Emma, we would do ladies at lunch. We would
Yeah.
do Sex in the City night.
That
I
was
would
that
cook.
was so much fun.
Yeah.
Because Sex and the City came on like Sunday nights. We'd go to
Yeah.
Emma's house.
Yeah.
And we all could walk. It was so
Was it
great.
Emma's or mine? I thought it was.
Oh, maybe we swapped it out.
Yeah.
She had that place, remember though, that
Yeah,
fun
that was-
apartment.
You guys
Yeah.
were Sex in the City. Did
We
you dress
were.
up in the outfits?
Yeah,
and
we did.
make
Don't
were
even
you
get me started.
Manhattans?
Trust.
No, they weren't Manhattans. They were Cosmos.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't
Come
know.
on.
Very gay of me.
We were like having some serious fun in New York.
Yeah.
Same,
So much fun.
I know.
And it was
time
like
to be alive.
OG fun.
very like irresponsible because we had no worries.
Yeah.
You know, like we were models and
Just two tall, skinny bitches out on the town. I
There's
love
three of us.
it.
when
Yes.
we met, you were planning your wedding. You had just gotten engaged, I think.
Yeah, when we first met.
Yep. You were like,
and
we're just
I was
engaged.
the only one with, and then Eddie tried to like always infiltrate our girls' lunches. Remember that?
Yeah.
It annoyed the fuck out of me. I'm like, it's a girls'
Did
lunch.
he have a lot of guy friends? Like
No.
some
You guys,
yeah.
they were just like, they had moved there just to work
Yeah.
for him. Yeah.
We were there for 9/11. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, but let's not talk about that.
Yeah.
That was horrible.
Yeah.
So what's next for you? Like maybe
I've got the Snack Shack opens at 3:00, and you think
Snack
I'm kidding?
Shack. Is that
I'm
a new
not.
show? Oh, Snack Shack.
yeah, it's new porn.
The Snack Shack.
That's the Snatch Chat.
True. Okay, so wait, I had a really good question, but I forgot what it was.
Oh,
Wait,
it'll come
tell
to
me,
you.
like, what else do you want to like? Anything you want to clear up that people don't know or from like?
I don't know. Is there anything you could think of?
No.
Yeah. No.
I'm
no,
just-
I mean, I feel like the whole superfan thing, like, it's just, I
Oh,
think it's
that's-
actually funny at this point. But I just think if you really know me, I'm just like, it's just
she's
dumb.
the
Like,
least of a super fan ever. She's like, she does her homework. That's it. She does
Yes.
not go out
I think that's-
unprepared.
Mm-hmm.
And calling her a host, Kristen travels for Josh's job all of the time
Yeah.
with a ton of different people each time. So she is kind of the host, as
Yeah.
in like she gets, she puts people
And
together.
what's wrong with that?
That's
So
that's
what?
pretty good housewife, by the
Yeah.
way.
If you weren't talking, no one would be talking.
No one.
Like it's
And you need one of those in the
uncomfortable.
group anyway. That's how it works. Not everyone is the same. Being a host is a good thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I had people message me and be like, I'm so happy you asked at the table that night at dinner. I'm so happy you asked that question. I'm so happy that like you cleared up the whole Rangers thing. Do you remember the lunch
Yes.
where I was like, I stood up, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't think I do.
I mean, it was like, are we really talking about the Rangers right now? I'm so confused.
Oh my God, that was the weirdest
Right?
thing. It was
Right?
like anyone can go to a Rangers game.
Yeah.
Anyone. You
Yeah.
don't need, and in the box, no one sees you.
Yeah.
Go be on the floor.
I know. It was so weird. Like the whole thing
know.
is so weird. And then she's like, I asked and they said you couldn't come.
I know. Well, I asked them. They
like
said
so
you
high
could not come. Like, and by the way, it's like Luann's face. Do not enter. Like, what is this?
I know. So funny.
That was so
Like,
mean.
Yeah, kind of mean.
That
Yeah.
was mean. But I didn't even know that she was engaged because she didn't talk about it on the show.
At all.
I know.
No one knew. She kept saying it's complicated. It's
That's what
complicated. I was like,
well,
what's
is it?
complicated about
and then
getting
she said
engaged?
everyone knew, and then it went through one.
I know.
Dude, we
I'm
didn't
so
know, we
happy
didn't
they
know.
cleared that up because
Yes.
that was crazy. But then it was funny because the second we have like a whole group chat, for all
Yeah.
these trips, and we literally got off the plane, and like 48 hours later, she's like, "Look, girls, I'm engaged," and we were like,
She picked
"Oh
that
my
ring up
god!"
on the way out. Like,
Yeah, I'm like, "Wow, that's great."
Why not announce it on TV?
I don't know. And then she brought him to BravoCon, so we all met him there. So it's not as if
it's a secret, or that he was
doesn't
married.
But I'm saying like it's just weird to me. So it's like he was then at BravoCon, so very public, and he was there, and everybody met him. She brought him to the party, so it's not like he doesn't want to be around.
Right.
I don't know. It's
That's
funny.
interesting.
Who knows?
It doesn't really make sense. That's why I was saying like the arguments aren't very sophisticated. You can't kind of track it, or there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just like dead.
She's like my dad. She takes what's said, she puts it in her head, and she changes a story in her head.
But it makes sense to her.
Makes sense to her, and then she comes away with a completely different like thing that she thought happened that didn't happen.
No,
it stemmed in insecurity though, so it's a little bit.
You said it.
I
mean,
but
she seemed to really like herself on the show.
I mean, but like it's so crazy to me. I got to tell you honestly, I really think that there were moments where she couldn't comprehend that like I didn't like care as much about all of this stuff as she maybe thought. Like I don't have a TikTok following, and I don't have a huge social media following. Like I think she was like, I don't understand this girl. Where did she come from? Like why is she here?
There might have been a titch of jealousy because I mean, let's be clear. You killed it with your fashion, and your body's insane. And
but her body's insane.
I would have to say your body is much better.
She does have a good body. I'll give her that. She's got a great body. And you know what? She's probably, if she could stop overthinking so much and not be so insecure, she's probably a cool chick. Like there's times that you can see shades of like, this is a girl that probably spends a lot of time by herself. She's pretty chill.
I think that's what it is.
And that's nice. So when it's like that defense mechanism, and then it's also the wheels are turning and it's like, oh, too many thoughts. I don't know how to argue.
I think, honestly, and I think that you saw like one-on-one, she's really good. And I think she said that. And she kept saying the whole time she doesn't have a lot of
girlfriends. That's what I was going to say. You know what? Honestly, she reminds me of a girl that doesn't have girlfriends.
Yeah. She's got a lot of guy friends. Yeah. She's got her work crew.
She kind of has to be the star of,
But that's a shame.
Which is fine, but it's an ensemble cast.
No, I meant like in her friend group.
That's
the
cool.
ensemble
Like
cast.
she wants to be when I see girls that only have guy friends, they scare me.
Yeah.
It's just odd to me. Like, why are you that insecure? Because if someone else is pretty.
You know, it's so funny. It's like I look back at it and I think to myself, I mean, Brandi, I tried with her and I tried and I tried and I kept going every day. I'd show up at that breakfast table and I'd be like, today's the day. And it made me, at the end, I'm like watching it back. I'm like, why did I do that? I did that because it was like, that's was my job. I was there to do that.
You're also stuck in a house with them. What are you going to do? Not talk to her?
No, I know. That's just it. So I felt like I did my part.
You did.
Yeah.
You definitely did. And it's Kelly's fault.
So, to summarize, everything's Kelly's fault.
That was
to summarize, we just have to go on a vacation with just her alone.
Yeah.
She can't be with other people.
And then hopefully she brings lots of stuff that you did. Why did you get all your stuff home?
I didn't. Are you joking right now?
You left it all there?
No. It was a freaking toothpaste. Like countertop cleaner, like crazy. Like it was like the most insane amount of stuff. Like,
why would you
tell
that
me?
On vacation?
I don't know. Like literally, she called up like everyone she knew for free stuff. I don't get it.
Well,
and the worst part is like, which obviously no one would know. I had my little thing of like suntan lotion in a cute little bag with like a note, and I was like walking up the stairs that day, and I was like Martin the butler. I was like, oh, I was gonna put this out, and then I was like, oh, Martin, could we do this another day? There was like a mound of stuff on the table.
I saw her setting it up. I'm like, what is she doing?
2 suitcases
Kitchen
full.
top cleaner.
No, it was like dumb. It was like ridiculous stuff. Like who brings like you're supposed to bring a cute bikini,
right?
Bring, like,
so, I mean, or like
a cute sun hat.
It's like a necklace. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, it was like.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We talked about that too, because that was like a thing for me. I was like, oh, like, isn't that like a thing? You're supposed to bring something. I'm going to look like a fool if I don't. But maybe the difference was the other girls' trips, it was a group of women that didn't really know each other. So it was like, hey, get to know me.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think on this trip I needed to do it.
Yeah, they didn't know who you were anyway.
No, exactly. I didn't need to be,
You're like, this is me.
We were already friends.
Well, Kristen, I look forward to seeing you on my television. We're the Beverly Hills Housewives.
Oh my God, stop it.
I'm telling you, casting, call her. They might ruin your life, but you should do
exactly. Oh, stop it.
Make sure you get some money though, because that first season they try not to pay you really.
Okay.
No, I'm serious. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here.
I'm sorry
I was a little late. It was Tommy's fault.
Tommy's fault.
We love Tommy, but he got stuck in a little traffic. And that's it. Any questions?
I love it. It was Kristen's show. I can't wait for season 2 of it. Watch this space for Beverly Hills.
Season 2 of it.
No, it's her show of like just the Kristen show in general. I'm like excited for it. Yes.
Tommy, any input?
I can't wait. I would love to see her on Beverly Hills.
Yes.
Well, and Tommy's makeup is flawless always. Just
Yes.
adding that in. And he's very charming.
He is so good. He's very scared right now, and he's quiet because I yelled at him earlier because you can't talk over people.
She's a mean lady.
I'm a mean lady.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
He's in vacation mode. He's going.
He's going on a cruise. Like that's what I told him
So
today.
exciting.
I'm like, I think because my mascara was over here. I think you're
It was not.
on vacation mode. He's like, no. I was just joking with them. Okay, so where can we find you? That's a little scary question. Where can we find you? Don't ever
At the
put,
snack shack
tag
at
your
3 o'clock.
location. Don't say that.
Yes.
Okay.
So follow me at Kristen Taekman on TikTok and Instagram and all that fun stuff.
I will tell you, she's really good at stuff because every time we eat dinner, we have to do like a weird like cheers thing. she knows how to do
I
all
love
of
that.
it.
The boomerang cheers is the go-to.
I know,
right?
and I think it's like a little. I think it's a little
is
OG.
it
I'm trying to
over?
move away
I
from
love
those,
it.
but yes.
Okay.
No, I've been working on my social. I've got some fun get ready with me's, and I've got some really great beauty tips coming up.
Yay!
So you gotta check me out for that.
We have to do. I just started TikTok.
Yeah.
So let's do one now.
Okay, fun.
All right. Yay!
Yay!
Thanks for listening to Brandi Glanville Unfiltered. Download new episodes every week, and if you haven't already, subscribe. And be sure to leave us a rating and review. And while you're at it, check out some of the other great shows available on Straw Hut Media.